Welcome to Antics. In this video, we get the exhaust done at last. All those bits I've been collecting for months and months finally get welded up to make a beautiful stainless system. Now, I had to drive it over there and I didn't actually film that. It was a little bit sketch because I had no headlights, no backlights, everything was held together with cable ties, no alternator, so it was running out of electricity. A little bit sketchy, but it's literally around the corner, so yeah. Anyway, also, I get one little thing done, which I was really excited about. The original gearbox knob goes off to an engraving company, and I've got them to engrave the 5 and 6 gears onto the original factory Bakelite knob. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, it literally looks perfect.
Yeah, take time on it a little bit. Very good.
Devil's in the detail, love that stuff. Anyway, let's go over to the exhaust shop for now and see how Team Hang Loose, link below for their work, are getting on. I'll do. Right, well, I'm just out in the Rangy. The Volvo, as you saw, made it to Team Hang Loose, where Matt's doing the exhaust system for me. I'm just zipping around there now with a few bits and bobs that he might need. I'm taking the tow bar round because we're going to run the tow bar to keep it looking stocky, but it sits right in sort of same area as the rear box, so he needs to stick that in. I forgot about that, and a few other bits and bobs. So let's head round there, see how it's getting on.
Hey guys and girls, I'm Matt from THL. We're just doing a little bit of exhaust work on Leon's Volvo. So I thought I'd just run through kind of like where we're going with it and stuff. And yeah, like what my kind of process for building this exhaust system for this car. Obviously, as it's probably previously been mentioned, it's got a V8 in it, 3UZ V8. So obviously that is exhaust system that's not really meant for a car like this, so it's kind of a bit of a tricky one to be able to get it to sit high enough to the body, so if he decides to make it lower in the future, it's going to have ample ground clearance, but he also doesn't want this car to be loud. He wants to keep it like pretty streetable, family cruiser, you know. So yeah, let's show you the exhaust system so far. So the car's got aftermarket manifolds both sides. The one on this side here has had to be heavily modified because of the clearance for the steering linkage, which you can kind of see. It's not bolted up properly at the moment, but it's literally touching the steering column at the moment. It's so close, but it's good enough for me to be able to build most of the system and then finesse at the end on the manifold itself. Super tight. This side obviously pretty easy. So yeah, V-bands obviously on the manifolds coming down, both sides, then into this is all 304 stainless, all TIG welded into flexi joints both sides. And yeah, if I show you it from this kind of angle, then you can see it running back. And then it goes into a Y section, which is 2¼ inch into 2½ inch exit. So yeah, this has got a custom made gearbox mount in it, which pretty much meant that I could only go as high as that gearbox mount, like both sides. And then yeah, as it runs back through, done a couple of fancy pie cuts just to get it to sit right in the car. And then yeah, moves through to this little contraption here, which this is a V-band, which is going to go up to the silencer and over the rear axle, which is basically going to go up through this hole here. And then this side is a 3-bolt flange, which I know that Leon had on his old V8 truck. He likes a bit of noise, so this is basically going to have a valve on here eventually, which will basically just dump out the bottom of the car. So it means that he can have the sound of the straight through V8, and then he can close the valve and it will run through the rest of the system, which we've basically got this, Leon supplied all these parts, so 2½ inch silencer, which is going to go just before that axle. These smaller silencers, it's always better to get them closer up towards the middle of the car. They basically help eliminate a lot of drone on kind of like highway cruises and stuff. So yeah, that's going to come up over the top of the rear axle, through this gap of the fuel tank, and then the standard exhaust silencer fitted in this gap here. This car's got a tow bar that goes back on it, which is down there. So obviously it needs to be able to clear the tow bar. So we've got a nice big chunky silencer with a V-band on it as well, which is going to go up in this hole. And then we're going to have this little rolled tip that Leon's got. That's going to go on the end. He did say about kind of doing a couple of little turn down style thing. But he wants to try and keep it as factory looking as possible. So it will basically just look like an old Poole brown Volvo with a chrome polished exhaust tip on it. So yeah, I'm just about to weld, do the last couple of welds on this. Obviously weld onto the Y section and finalise the position of this hanger, and get that all in the right spot, and then I can start moving my way back over the axle next. So yeah, update to come.
Don't forget, please like and subscribe. I need them subscribes to help me grow the channel. Cheers, buddy. Volvo is back from the exhaust shop. So I've put a few miles on it, just to test a few things. So far all going well. Only problem I've got a little bit is the clutch is so sensitive and got such a little amount of travel, I'm going to downsize a couple of sizes of master cylinder. But it's drivable, just about. Let's take a look around and start it up. It's kind of funny to see it outside of the workshop. So she's not fully back together. She has got her new round headlights in though. Looking sweet. I chopped another half a coil out the back spring while it was at the exhaust shop, just to give it a bit more stance. Should we fire it up? So, it idles pretty quietly really. Just a nice little burble. There we go.